July, 2054 AD. The Earth was caught in a great battle between unknown alien forces. Their weapons were terrifying and powerful beyond human reckoning. Our planet was overwhelmed, its surface reduced to ash and rubble in the blink of an eye. The coalition government knew the war was coming. In response, they prepared the Earth-like colonization project, Project Exodus. Interstellar arcs were launched all across the planet, from every major city on Earth. Bravely, we leapt from our cradle, our home for the last 4.5 billion years. But most of the arcs never even made it out of the atmosphere. Only a small handful managed to escape. Among them was our ship, the White Whale. After leaving Earth behind, we spent 2 years wandering in space, searching. We thought of ourselves as the lucky ones, the pioneers who would settle a new world. But our past caught up with us, literally. The alien blitz was unrelenting. If not for the efforts of a lone hero, we would never have survived. Our ship took heavy damage. We lost control. With our flight systems down, the White Whale was pulled into the gravitational field of a nearby planet, its hull shattering and breaking to pieces as we plummeted toward the surface. Since then, 2 months have passed.
rock and roll.
Huh?
Shall we?
There's no substitute for real combat.
All right, it's on.
I'll do what I can to help.
Oh, so you like knocking people around? Hey!
Let's do this thing!
Huh? Right, they staggered me. Huh? Shall we?
Attention, external access confirmed. Disengaging stasis in 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Releasing hatch. Please stand clear.
Hey there. Looks like you're all in one piece. Careful. Just take it nice and slow, okay? Your senses will need time to reactivate. Your pod is the only one around that landed intact. Good thing I found you. My name's Elma. You want to tell me yours? You don't even remember your own name? It must be the stasis hangover. That's not good. Just try and focus, all right? Good, there we go. What else you remember? It'll come. In the meantime, I'll get you up to speed here as best I can. How are your limbs? Can you move? We'll take it easy while you shake the stasis out of your system. One step at a time, all right? First things first, you'll be needing a weapon. There you go. All right, let's get going. Most of the white whale's life pods didn't survive the crash, like this one. You're one of the lucky few. Right. You don't even remember the white whale, do you? You know, the L-002? The ship we escaped Earth on? You remember Earth, right? Planet Earth. Your homeworld. Or rather, it used to be anyway. Unfortunately, it was caught in a battle between two alien forces. And destroyed. Ring any bells? Don't feel bad. It's one memory I'd like to forget. I know. It's been following me for a while now. I didn't want to alarm you, but we're going to need to defend ourselves. You up to the task?
Coming to you!
Engaging! Lay down some fire for me! Slide!
Assault hammer! Flame grenade! Got it! Now take the shot and topple them!
You're not half bad. There's plenty of work back in the city for someone who knows how to handle a weapon, you know. Then you're interested. In that case, I might have just the job for you. But anyway, we can talk more details later. For now, let's keep moving. Stronger! Everyone with me! Melee! Assault hammer! Flame grenade! Now it's my turn! Slide! Splinter!
I'm being pushed back! They staggered me! I'm not ready to die yet!
I should heal up
Heal
first.
me! Flame grenade!
Shadow strike!
This is bad! I need healing! Sorry, but it was you or us.
Nice work.
messing around, moving close.
Now, it's my turn! Shadow Strike! Nice! Move in and do some damage! Sliding! Click!
Never stood a chance.
We got him. Let's move. The rain's starting to let up, just in time for sunrise. Follow me. I promise you're gonna love this. Pretty wild, huh? They're all indigenous, as far as we can tell. We need to learn to play nice with these guys if we're going to try and coexist together. We call this planet Mira. You won't find it on any star chart. But it's our new home. Recognize the habitat unit? That's where we're headed. Watch yourself. That first step's a doozy. We can jump if you like. You could handle the fall. But the indigents down there are another story. Some big, some mean, all nasty. Given our options, the high road here would be the safer way to go, relatively speaking. That said, whichever way you want to go, I'll follow your lead. You decide.
them again!
My turn! Slide knife! Move in and do some damage.
Flame grenade! I can feel the power! Assault hammer! No messing around. Moving
Now
close.
it's my turn.
Flame grenade!
Slide splinter! Nice. Move in and do some damage.
Chrome armor! Oh yeah! I'm
Upper
really
hand.
feeling it!
Slide splinter!
But it was you or us.
Nice work.
Assault hammer!
Engaging. Lay down some fire for me. Shadow strike.
Flame grenade!
Slide destroyed. Move in and
Chrome
strike.
armor! I'm being
Tough.
pushed back!
Touch me up. Upper hand.
Now or never! Close in and strike!
Sliding slinger. Shadow strike.
Now we're stuck on a whole different planet. No peace looking at the sky. Trouble's always all around.
Force.
Cannons standing as long as we can until we get off. Jaws up, then call our dance off. We'll blow the guitar, dealing with odds, smash up.
This is wearing me down. I'm not gonna make it.
Assault hammer! No messing around! Moving close! Flame
Now
grenade!
it's my turn.
Chrome armor!
Sliding slinger. Scream appendage destroyed. Move in and strike.
Sorry, but it was you or us.
They're off guard.
This will
Stagger
stagger
them
them!
with a melee attack.
Flame grenade!
Scream edge.
They felt that! Now strike them again! Sledge!
Slide.
Here's the trick! Now close in and clean up! Sorry, but it was you or us.
We got him. Let's move.
Sledge! No messing around! Moving
Now it's my
close!
turn.
Assault hammer! Flame
Shadow
grenade!
Sliding slinger. I need healing! I should heal up
Switch
first.
edge!
Slide now! Melee
I'm being
attack!
pushed back!
Shadow strike! Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike!
I've been waiting to lash out!
Now, it's my turn!
Assault hammer! I'm not ready to die! You never stood a chance.
We got it. Let's move.
Switch edge! Assault hammer!
Shadow strike!
Flame grenade!
Slide! Later!
This is bad! I need
I should
healing!
heal up first.
Switch edge!
Use an aura! Get control of the battle! Slide! Move in and keep the rhythm going. Shadow
Sharper
strike!
than ever!
This horse!
No falling back!
Now,
Move in
my
and
turn!
strike!
Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike!
I've been waiting to lash out!
Slide!
I need
Later!
to be even stronger! Flame grenade! Switch edge! Assault hammer! Chrome
strike!
armor!
Slide! Later! Scream edge!
Switch edge! Flame grenade! I'm being pushed back!
Upper
I'm not
hand.
ready to die yet!
I
Heal
should
me!
heal up first. Slide! Later! Shadow strike!
Sorry, but it was you or us.
We got him. Let's move.
Switch edge!
Slide nice!
Assault
Move in
hammer!
and do some damage. Shadow strike!
Flame grenade! Switch edge!
Early bird.
Chrome armor!
That put a dent in him. Move in and keep the rhythm going. Slide! Later!
Switch edge! That did the trick! Now close in and clean up! I'm being pushed back!
Shadow strike!
No falling back! Move in and strike!
Slide! Later!
Chrome!
Now, melee attacks!
Now we're stuck on a hole.
Sorry, but it was you or us.
We got him. Let's move.
Stay quick with the guns and cannons. Standing.
you don't have a choice. Sweat! No messing around. Moving
Now,
close.
it's my turn!
Assault hammer! Shoot now! Overwhelm them!
Target in sight!
I've been waiting to lash out!
It's true on any planet.
They spotted us!
They're on the edge! Stagger them with the melee!
This'll stagger them!
Shadow strike! Now,
Infuriate!
melee attacks!
Sweat! Edge!
Use an aura! Get control of the battle! Slide! Move in and do some damage!
Looks like we don't have a choice. Sweat! Edge! No messing around. Moving close.
Now, it's my turn!
Assault hammer! Flame grenade! That did the trick! Now close in and clean up!
Move in and strike! Side slash!
Infuriate! Sweat! Edge!
Shadow strike! Slide! Enemy destroyed! Move in and strike! Side slash!
Flame grenade! Sorry, but it was you or us.
We got him. Let's move. Looks a lot bigger up close, doesn't it? And this was just the habitat unit. The white whale was one hell of a ship. Until it all came crashing down, at least. That's the west gate. It's closed off now for security reasons. But we've repurposed a freight elevator that will get us inside. Grexes. And they're riled. We can't leave them roaming here, not this close to the gate. We're gonna have to take them down. You ready?
They spotted us! No messing around!
Now, my turn!
Assault hammer! Shoot now! Overwhelm
Target
them!
in sight! Shadow strike!
Chrome armor!
Side clutch! Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike! Upper hand! So nice! Move in and do some
I've been
damage!
waiting to lash out! So long! Who wants the next dance?
Slide! Flinger!
They felt that!
Now,
Strike them again! Flame grenade!
it's a shame we had to settle near so much wildlife. Luckily, some species aren't so hostile, but they aren't necessarily friendly either. I've come to learn that there's a fine line between self-defense and provoking a fight. We need to walk that line. All right, let's head in. Who knows? Maybe seeing the inside will jog your memory.
Thanks.
Well, here we are. Not too shabby, huh? For a giant beached spaceship, anyway. But, like it or not, this place is our home now. We took the name from the city it was modeled after back on Earth. We call it New Los Angeles. Welcome to NLA.
And so it was that another survivor came to join our band of refugees. Together, we resolved to forge a new way of life here on Mira, come what may. New LA was our beautiful lie to ourselves. Truth is, we were adrift, heading into the unknown. Our native home was gone, swallowed in a shroud of light. And our future was uncertain. We had no idea what fate lay in store for us. Only that we had to keep living in order to see it.
How about a quick tour of the facilities to refresh your memory? Let's start with your living quarters. Follow me.
Brave citizens of New Los Angeles, good day. This is your Director General, Maurice Chausson. Today, I once again come to you with news I am truly delighted to share. Yesterday, we repatriated 10 more White Whale crew members. These fellow pioneers will rejoin our ranks as citizens of NLA, bringing with them skills and know-how that will bolster our ability to survive and indeed flourish here in our new home. This, of course, is only the latest success in our continuing efforts.
Director
As
General?
part of my
Since
initiative
when?
For the rescue and recovery of
2 days
all
ago,
our
ma'am.
brothers and sisters. I stand here truly humbled and
From
grateful.
political aide to director general in just a few weeks. At this rate, he'll be emperor by next month.
And a better tomorrow.
Irina? Gwyn?
Nice work out there, ma'am.
Right. Introductions. Irina Akulov, Gwyn Evans.
This one of the survivors, Colonel?
The survivor. I only found a single pod intact at Starfall Basin.
Wait, what? What happened to 10 more crew members?
Come on, seriously? Chausson was never one to let the truth get in the way of a good speech. Still, every last survivor counts. You can call me Irina. I'm with the Interceptors.
Me too. Same division. You can call me Mr. Evans. Or just Gwyn.
The three of us were in the Coalition forces together. Specifically, the Special Operations Heavy Armor Training Unit, aka the Skeleton Crew. I was a colonel and Irina a lieutenant. Gwyn was a more recent recruit. Of course, I keep telling them we don't need those old ranks anymore now that we're here.
You're still Colonel to me, ma'am. No reorg will ever change that. And that's not about chain of command either. It's about respect. You've earned it.
And the award for best ass kiss goes to...
Well, I'd remind you both the ma'ams aren't necessary if I thought you'd listen.
All right, ma'am. We should be getting back to work. Until next time, Colonel.
Right. We should be going too. The administrative district isn't far. That's where you'll be calling home. For now, anyway.
Damn it! Look, I know what exhaust smells like, and it was exhaust in the cockpit. Just check the ductwork, would ya?
Oh, I'm checking. I just seriously doubt... Hey, look at that! The intake exhaust bypass is reversed. Oh man, it's a good thing I caught that.
You caught that? You're the one who cleared me to fly!
Everything okay? It's not like you to flub a flight check, Lynn. Good thing you had a rugged pilot like Doug at the controls.
Oh, hey Elma. How'd it go out there? And would this be one of the you-know-whos? Cool. I'm Lynn Lee Koo, mechanic and top all-around fix-it gal for Blade.
She's 13, and I know, she looks young, and she is young, but trust me, she's one of our top talents.
Most of the time, that is. Most of the time.
Anyway, you guys heading back to the barracks?
Yeah. Why do you ask?
As long as you're here, why don't I take you on the transport? It's a great way to see the city. I'll give you the grand tour.
That sounds like a great idea.
All right, Doug, I think that'll be all for today. You can clean up here and dock the Skell.
What?
Don't mind the exhaust. I'll take care of it tomorrow.
Don't mind it? Wait, why am I cleaning up your mess in the first place? Lynn! Lynn!
Not bad, huh? You can see everything from up here.
It beats walking, that's for sure.
The best way to see NLA. I never get tired of this view. It's like a different city every time.
It's certainly come a long way in the last few weeks. There's still so much to be done.
One day at a time.
Speaking of which, we don't really have time for a full pleasure cruise here. Why don't you give us the express tour, Lynn? Just the highlights.
Okay, you got it. New LA. is divided into 4 districts. We departed from the Industrial District, where Doug and I were conducting the flight test. It has food production, skill development, industries and stuff.
It's also where the West Gate is located, remember? Expect to pass through there fairly often. The only other gate out of the city is in the Administrative District, but I'm skipping ahead.
Next is the Commercial District. Restaurants, galleries, cafes, clothing, groceries, you name it. It's a veritable shopping paradise.
The CD is the closest thing to a downtown we've got. It can actually get pretty crowded sometimes.
Well, by NLA standards anyway. Day or night, the best and only bargains on the planet. To your right, the Residential District. Housing, housing, and more housing. Well, plus a nice park and the cathedral.
If you're ever looking for quiet time alone, or want to relax and unwind with a good book, that's the spot.
Right? The park is my favorite place to just zone out and chill. And last but not least, our destination, the Administrative District, the nerve center at the heart of NLA. Note the distinct dual-level structure here. The upper level holds our administrative tower, home to Blade HQ and the government. Not to mention Armory Alley, as well as the barracks where we live. The lower level there is a hangar complex for Skell maintenance and repairs. And this concludes our tour. We will be landing shortly.
Thanks, Lynn. We'll save the rest of orientation for once we're back at the barracks.
Enjoy your stay in the Administrative District, and thank you for flying Linley Airlines.
Right. Let's get you over to the barracks. Then I should file my report. They'll be eager to hear the details on how I found you, I'm sure.
Well then, we better not keep them waiting. The barracks are pretty close, actually. They're set up just behind the giant blade tower here. That road there wraps around the left side and leads right to it.
We'll pass through Armory Alley, but let's not get sidetracked, okay? We can check it out later.
Listen.
Am I right?
Hey. And here we are, the Blade Barracks. Consider yourself our guest until we finish getting you registered. Feel free to come and go as you please.
I think I can answer that one. So, you must be the latest rescue.
Secretary Nagi!
Mizku. Chipper as always, I see.
What can I say? Pep is my middle name.
I ran into Doug Barrett on the way here, and he didn't seem quite so upbeat. Anything about today's flight I should know?
No, nothing to worry about.
Good. Be sure it stays that way. More importantly, Elma, you found another one. Excellent work out there.
Just doing my job, Mr. Secretary.
Now, as for officially registering our new citizen here,
Why don't we talk inside? There's a lot of ground to cover. It could take some time.
Ah yes, of course. Forgive me. You must be weary from the stasis and your journey back to us. Please, after you.
I'll put on some tea.
Allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Kentaro Nagi. You may remember me as Captain of the White Whale, but now I serve as Secretary of Defense here for New LA. The provisional government has charged me with keeping the peace, so all military and police matters fall under my jurisdiction.
He's also my superior officer. And he'd be an excellent person to talk to when you're ready to start looking for work.
What about a job right here with Blade? He seems capable.
Let's give it a little more time. At least until he knows enough to be able to make an informed decision. He seems to be suffering from some form of memory loss.
Memory loss? From the stasis?
He could barely remember his name, and nothing at all about what happened to Earth or the White Whale.
I see. Though, come to think of it, the entire lot of us have only been on this planet for what, 2 months? It shouldn't take very long to get caught up.
My thoughts exactly.
Well then, where should we begin? It started at the end, 2 years ago. The end of Earth. The casualty of a battle between two hyper-advanced alien civilizations. Their technology and weapons were beyond our comprehension. We were like infants, naked, powerless. The Earth was reduced to ash and blown away.
I still wonder if I hadn't been there. If maybe all of this could have somehow been avoided.
No one can know that, Elma. What we do know is without you, there'd have been no Project Exodus, and no escape for any of us. Did it go perfectly? No. But we are here, and we are alive. We survived. So yes, Project Exodus. Once we learned the Earth might be threatened, we needed a plan to preserve all her various life forms. That plan was the Earth Life Colonization Project, otherwise known as Project Exodus.
Those of us who escaped on the White Whale spent over 2 years wandering in space. 2 hard years. But we clung to our mission, find a habitable planet, and settle there. We had no idea how long it would take. Or that the decision would eventually be made for us.
The xenoforms found us again, and, well, it wasn't a happy reunion. Earth wasn't enough. They wanted humanity destroyed. For better and for worse, we were close to planet Mira when we lost control of the White Whale. Inertia and gravity took it from there.
The ship had taken way too much damage to survive entering the atmosphere intact. We had no choice. We channeled all the power we had left to soft land the habitat. Once the dust cleared, we set to work transforming it into its current state. Searching for survivors, establishing Blade, installing the provisional government. Basically, making it a sustainable city.
Blade is an acronym. Builders of a legacy after the destruction of Earth. Quite fitting, I think. It's a relatively new organization. Up there in space, we had plenty of provisions, and a crew trained to handle the limited amount of situations we might encounter in our travels. But of course, all that changed after we lost most of our ship and came crashing down here on Mira. We needed food, water, search and rescue teams, surveyors, police. The list goes on and on. It was too much for the provisional government to manage on its own, so Blade was born. The idea was to have one central organization with different disciplines to fill these various roles. Its core was pulled from the Coalition military, so it's mostly former soldiers. But fighting isn't our most important duty. Right now, we have a single top priority that supersedes all others. The search for and recovery of the Lifehold.
Take a look at this. The White Whale was designed to carry an exceedingly large number of passengers, all of them held in stasis. All housed in a structure called the Lifehold. This is a complete schematic of that facility. Only essential personnel were conscious and active for the journey from Earth. The flight crew, maintenance engineers. And of course, some military so we could defend ourselves if necessary. But the vast majority were in the Lifehold. Are in the Lifehold. With any luck, they're all still there, in stasis, waiting to be rescued. But there's a problem. We now know the Lifehold broke apart along with the rest of the ship when we came down on Mira. What we don't know is exactly where all the pieces landed. Not very comforting, I know. Blade's top priority now is locating the missing units.
Ah, yes. All citizens of NLA are required to register their name, age, and occupation. We also ask you report any personal assets and take a short survey regarding your current state of health. All purely as a precaution. I'm sure you understand. As the caretakers of humanity's survival, we all have certain responsibilities.
And hey, it's not all bad. Registering gets you access to all kinds of public services.
In any case, I'm sure this is all a lot to digest. You'll be wanting some time. Ms. Koo, even I'm tired of hearing myself speak. Why don't you take our guest out for some air? Perhaps a tour of the administrative district.
Yes, sir. Come on, we'll keep this briefing brief.
You know, it's not every day we're authorized to let a civilian tour the administrative district.
Yeah, Nagi must really, really want him to join Blade.
The AD is a bit different from the other districts. It's got everything a Blade would need, all in one place, without any extra fluff.
Get a load of that skill. Even the way that they walk is so cool. Oh yeah, work it, baby. remember what a skell is? That gorgeous exoskeleton that just went by? Basically like the most incredible, awesomest super weapons ever? Lasers, force fields, bipedal and vehicular transformations. Sorry, I get so excited whenever I think about it.
Originally, scales were developed as a defensive measure to counter potential alien threats. It wasn't enough to save Earth, though. We were outnumbered and outgunned. Still, just look around you. New LA has gone from basically nothing to this in just 2 short months. We could never have come so far so fast without Skell technology. I'd love to get you into one to see for yourself, but it's not that simple.
Well, yeah, duh. For one thing, only Blades are allowed to pilot skells. And even then, you need a license.
These aren't toys we're talking about. They're complex machines with powerful weapons. And they're a precious resource. We only have so many of them to go around. So yes, as you might imagine, the certification process is a fairly rigorous one.
I'm sure you're thinking, where do I sign up for the test? But it's not that simple. They choose you, not the other way around. You can't just walk in the front door and volunteer.
There is some criteria. The details are largely hidden, but basically, HQ only allows the cream of the crop to take the test. Blades who go above and beyond in their duties, and for the people of New LA in general.
So what do you say? If you become a Blade and work hard, I'm sure it'll only be a matter of time before they tap you on the shoulder.
Speaking of work, that reminds me. Why don't we check out the Mission Control Board first? That's where we take on our assignments.
Good call. Let's head on over. So this is Mission Control. We don't have a dispatch system yet, so Blades usually choose their own assignments. Everyone comes here and selects from the missions available on the board.
And it's not just official Blade tasks. Anyone with a request is free to post here. Businesses, citizens, whoever.
Yeah, it's basically how anything gets done in New LA, so the board is constantly updating. Just about every Blade will stop by here at some point in their shift.
It's like our second home. You'll always find a number of Blades around here, blowing off steam or browsing mission control for their next assignment.
Whenever I get freed up, I'll stop here first thing to check for any missions I might be suited for.
Likewise. And if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo, that's what the Scout Console is for. We should show you that next.
Hey, who's giving this tour anyway? We also have the Scout Console, if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo. And Elma just said that, didn't she?
Hey!
Ta-da! The Blade Scout Console. When the going gets tough, the tough go to the Scout Console. You know, to get tougher.
If you do end up joining us, you'll quickly realize just how important this little kiosk is. A lot of the mission control assignments are too much for any one Blade to handle. They tend to call for multiple members with specialized knowledge or unique skills. This console lets you search for and recruit other Blades to fill those roles for just such an occasion.
You can't spell Blade without team. Sorta. Anyway, awesome, right? So, you ready to join up?
Hang on, Lynn. Take it easy, would you?
What? I'm just saying you'd have to be some kind of an idiot not to want to join Blade. Or maybe a crazy person.
Oh, and here I thought you might be pressuring our guest.
Apology accepted. Now, how about a little shopping? And I'm not talking about the stuff over in the commercial district. I'm talking about Armory Alley.
Listen. Hey.
So this street's what we call Armory Alley.
Blades can requisition equipment from any of the vendors here.
I won't lie, most Blade members face danger on a daily basis. Having the latest gear isn't about impressing your friends. It's a matter of survival.
True enough. And that goes not only for your personal armor and weapons, what we call ground gear, but for skell equipment as well.
You can even buy whole skells. Can you imagine owning your own skell? Huh? Oh, right, the tour. I think all that's left is the heart of Blade itself. Blade Tower.
Am I right?
Really?
Listen,
So yeah, Blade Tower. When we come here, it's usually to stop by Blade HQ. The higher-ups, like Secretary Nagi and Commander Vandam, will spend most of their day here. The government leaders, too. They're based in the tower. Guys like our new Director General Maurice Chassan, for example.
Blades sometimes report to the leadership here after we finish key assignments. You'll want to remember this place.
And that about does it for our tour. So, what do you think? Pretty amazing setup, right? You can't wait to join Blade, right?
Okay, Lynn, seriously, that's enough. We're not here to make a sales pitch. We just want you to have all the facts so you can make an informed decision to join us, or not. Now that you've seen where and how we work, hopefully it made a good impression, but your decision will be just that, your decision. In any case, let's head back to the barracks. Secretary Nagi will be waiting.
Am I right?
Hey! Hey.
Honey, we're home.
Yes, very amusing.
Who wants a fresh cup of tea?
Thank you, Ms. Gu, but I can't stay long. I just wanted to pass along a request from your commanding officer.
Commander Vandam? Does it have anything to do with our new arrival?
Correct. He stopped by while you were out on your tour. He said he'll come back, but that I shouldn't wait to ask you.
Here we go. I bet I can guess.
You probably can. He wants to fast-track our new friend here for Blade duty with a training assignment. What in the hell are we waiting for? As he put it.
The commander does have a way with words.
Makes even my pitch sound smooth.
I explained about the memory issues, but he didn't see it as a problem. And to be honest, given our current need for Blade recruits, I can't say I entirely disagree.
Hey, it's not me you need to convince. Blade service is voluntary, remember?
Of course, and I would never force or coerce anyone. Well, friend, what do you say? Can we count on you to do your part? I knew you'd make the right choice. Welcome to the organization. Elma, he can start on your team. You'll begin training immediately.
Yes, Mr. Secretary. With pleasure.
All right! Welcome to the Cool Kids Club!
Now then, let's discuss that training assignment. We've decided to start you out on a probe installation, just to get your feet wet.
I guess we should back up a bit. Here in New LA, we're using a specialized computer system called Frontier Nav to help us deploy a sensor grid across Mira. A network of data probes that allows us to monitor conditions and collect all kinds of information about the planet.
Expanding that grid and filling in the blind spots is one of Blade's highest priorities. Here, take a look at this. What you're seeing on screen is a terrain map that includes New LA and the surrounding landmass. As you can see, we've divided the area into a series of hexagonal blocks. We call these blocks segments. Together, they form our grid. We determined this was the most efficient pattern, given the limited range of our probes. Based on it, we know exactly where we need the probes to go. Now we just have to install them.
The sooner the better, as far as I'm concerned. The Frontier Nav probes can also detect the general locations of living things in the vicinity, which comes in handy if we need to track down a Blade or another citizen.
Yes, quite handy indeed. So for this first exercise, you'll be heading here, to that white segment. Go there, install the data probe, and then come back home.
Got it. East of the city.
In that case, we can take the East Gate out of the administrative district, right? We should be there in no time.
I'll leave the details on the data probe installation procedure to you, Elma.
Of course, Mr. Secretary. All right, you two, shall we?
Yeah! Training or not, let's go install the hell out of that probe! Man, am I glad we pulled an assignment to the east of the city this time. It'd be a long walk all the way back over to the West Gate.
Hold on. Are we even sure the East Gate will be open? Last I heard, it was still on lockdown from all the high-level indigent activity.
It was, but they just lowered the threat level earlier today. The gates are officially open for business. One of our teams must have gone out there and kicked some furry indigent butt, huh? Seriously? That was you? Cool.
I don't think so. Those Grexes we took down were fairly routine. Definitely not something they'd lock both gates over, at least.
Then I take my cool back. But wait a sec. You guys fought Grexes? The two of you? Hey, that's still pretty cool. They've been hassling a lot of teams lately, especially how they hunt in packs and all.
Let's not get too excited. Confidence can be good. Overconfidence can be fatal, especially when you're new.
Yeah, you're right.
But enough talk. We've got our mission to deal with. Let's head out.
Roger. That probe isn't gonna install itself. Let's get to the East Gate, shall we?
Hey!
What the hell happened here? You don't think that one Sinicula could have killed all these simius?
Unless...
Unless... what?
This is bad.
What's bad? I don't follow you.
That Sinicula. It's a tyrant.
Huh? But it looks just like any other Sinicula.
Think about it. Your typical simius is way higher up on the food chain than your typical Sinicula, right? Usually we'd find one simius standing over 3 or 4 Sinicula corpses. But here, the tables have been turned. And I don't see a single trace of any other indigents in the area. There's only one explanation. That Sinicula is a tyrant.
Let me check the Blade Report database. If there's a tyrant this close to the city, someone must have run across it. Bingo. There was a Sinicula tyrant sighted not too long ago, but it was a couple of segments further out.
It could have followed the blade that spotted it back towards New LA, or come here to feed, or who knows what.
That's crazy. I can't believe there's a tyrant right on our doorstep and HQ isn't doing a thing about it.
Well, don't forget why they sent us here in the first place. Frontier Nav's range is still limited.
Oh, right. They couldn't track it if there's no local probe. They must have lost it when it went off the grid. Whoa there, rookie. We're talking about a tyrant here. Do you even understand what that means?
We should probably explain. Tyrant is our term for any indigenous life form that falls outside of our usual threat ranking system. In other words, they're too powerful for us to even measure how dangerous they would be to take on.
And too powerful doesn't always just mean physically strong. If a creature has even a single especially nasty trait, it's classified as a tyrant.
Even some of Blade's very best teams have come back with serious injuries after running into a tyrant in the field. If they come back at all.
Well, all right. I'm game if you are. Count me in, Elma. Let's do this. If we're gonna settle here on this planet, we're gonna have to get used to dealing with tyrants now and then. We can't just keep running forever, you know? Besides, I'd never forgive myself if someone else ended up getting hurt because we just left it here.
All right. Let's do it. But don't push it, okay? Either of you. If we can take it down, great, but if not, even just luring it away would be a moral victory. As long as we buy enough time to install the probe, we can use Frontier Nav to track it or any other tyrant that comes this close to the city from now on. Just make sure you're ready before we attack. This will be tougher than anything else we've faced.
don't have a choice. Assault hammer! No messing around. Moving close.
Off balance. Now it's my turn.
Carnival!
Sliding slinger.
Wild spin!
Side flash.
Stagger me.
Early bird.
Slit edge!
Knock
Stagger
down.
me. This is bad. I need healing burst.
Sliding back with momentum. Move in and keep the rhythm going. Shadow strike.
Infuriate! Slit edge!
We can play it! Fire Carnival!
Assault hammer! Flame grenade!
We're up against a big target. Buff up now.
Slit edge!
Sliding slinger. Screaming and nice. Move in and do some damage.
Chrome armor!
Now, melee attacks. Side flash. Shadow strike.
I've been waiting to lash out.
Wild spin! Tough! Close in!
Stagger me.
Flame close!
I owe you one.
Stagger me.
Upper hand. Sliding.
Power!
Like it's true on. We are awesome!
Nice work, Lynn. You fought well. You did too. Now let's get down to business and install that data probe. If we stay here for long, there's no telling what other playmates might show up. This beam of light indicates a frontier nav site. It marks the ideal spot to bury the probe.
Okay, the probe should be ready for insertion. I'll just boot it up.
Thanks, Lynn. The top half of the cylinder contains the probe itself. The bottom half is a laser. It dissolves the soil so the probe can burrow to the proper depth. We tried just planting them on the surface at first, but we kept running into problems with the local wildlife damaging the goods. Burying them is going to save us all a lot of time and headaches in the long run. We all set?
Yes, ma'am. Whenever you're ready.
Why don't you do the honors? You can launch it right from your comm device. Give it a try. Good. Now we just need to give it a minute to reach the target depth.
And installation complete. We are now online with a solid connection to Frontier Nav.
Excellent. See? At the end of the day, there's really not much to it. The hardest part was calculating the ideal probe locations. We need them spread out evenly to maximize data collection.
Yep, planting probes is easy. And the more we plant, the more likely we are to find missing crew. So anytime you see a probe site, there's no excuse not to plant that sucker.
That'll do it for your training. Let's head back to the barracks and report to Secretary Nagi.
Great!
Commander Vandam.
Well now, look what the cat dragged in.
Sorry we missed you last time. We could have come to meet you at HQ, you know.
Indeed. I suggested as much. Twice.
And we know how much I enjoy being told what to do. Anyway, I hear you tangled with a tyrant, way out of your league, on a training mission, no less. That was reckless, and goddamn magnificent.
So, Commander, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit here today?
Well, I can't just ask Nagi to do everything for me. I'd be out of a job.
Hey, I delivered you the new recruit, didn't I?
Yeah, you won the bet. Don't worry about it, all right? I'll settle up with you later. You know I'm good for it.
The bet?
I'm sure I'm needed elsewhere. If you'll all excuse me, Commander.
Well, that wasn't obvious at all.
Huh. Look at you two. I swear, you're like two children excited about a new toy.
Look who's talking. I don't recall ever seeing you file a request to personally train a rescue before.
Is that so odd?
It is before we'd even asked him to become a blade, little Miss Stick in the Rear.
Usually I ask when I don't get your slang expressions, but something tells me to just let that one go.
Enough about that. Where are your manners, anyway? I still haven't been introduced to our new recruit here.
Commander Vandam is Blade's top officer.
In a past life, I was chief engineer on the White Whale. Same idea, basically. Someone has a problem, I fix it. You follow? Huh. Not much for conversation, are you?
So you still haven't told us why you're here. From the look of things, I'm guessing this isn't a social call.
You don't think?
No. So let's cut the crap and get down to business.
Ha! Sounds like you're learning my expressions just fine, Elma. Anyway, first we need Chatty Cathy here to choose a division and pull an assignment. Whoa there, Itchy Trigger. I know you're just chafing at the bit to run out there and grab the world by its tail, but you need to choose a division first. Once that's all hashed out, we can get into detail about what your first assignment's gonna be.
Pretty much everyone in New LA works for Blade, in one of several different fields. Helping to explore Mira, or to maintain order in the city, or, well, you remember Nagi's speech, right? There are 8 different fields in all, and each one has its own branch within Blade. Officially, they're called divisions. Naturally, you'll want to choose one that best suits your personality and your talents.
Let's start with the Pathfinders. Pathfinder's #1 responsibility is planting data probes, like you did on your training mission. It may not be the sexiest job, but important? You bet your ass it's important. We've only been on Mira 2 months. We don't know jack about this place. The more probes we install, the faster we can get our bearings here and give ourselves a fighting chance.
We've already detailed how important it is we expand the Frontier Nav network ASAP. So, for the time being, I'll just remind you of the highlights. It helps us keep Blade safe. It helps us keep the city safe. And most important of all, It's the key to locating the missing parts of the Lifehold and recovering the rest of the human race.
Okay, next up, Interceptors. You met Akeloff and Evans, right? Irina and Gwen? This is their division. Interceptors have one main duty. Protect New LA and everyone in it from the wildlife here on Mira. Right now, this is probably our busiest division. Interceptors ride shotgun for the research eggheads, they escort VIPs around, and they help any other idiots who get caught out there with their pants down.
Next are the Harriers. Remember Doug Barrett, the Skell pilot conducting the test flight with Lynn? He's part of the Harriers. If you think of the Interceptors as defense, Harriers would be New LA's offense. They specialize in preemptive strikes on clear and obvious threats. But only on clear and obvious threats. They're not meant to go out and just blast any indigen that moves.
And you got your Reclaimers. These guys are in charge of finding the other pieces of the White Whale. Among other things, that is. Including anything of ours left behind after a battle. Skell debris, weapons, personal effects. It can get a bit morbid, frankly, but it's gotta be done. Until we're up and running here on Mira, and have this place completely figured out. Everything we brought from Earth needs to be treated like it's irreplaceable. Also, the search for the Lifehold. That's mostly on the Reclaimers.
Next, Curators. Curators are the first to scout ahead to unexplored territory, bringing back whatever samples they can get their hands on. Fruits, bugs, sticks and stones, you name it. It's not all picking berries, though. Being a curator also means being the first to encounter unknown indigens.
Next? All right, prospectors. Prospectors do, well, prospecting. They poke around, looking for minerals, resources, and whatnot. Things we need for everyday life here. We packed all the essentials we could on the White Whale, but that won't last forever. We need to be able to replenish our water and fuel if we want to survive. And sooner or later, we're gonna have to figure out how to replace things from scratch. From the socket on a Skell's knee joint, right down to the frying pan in Lynn's kitchen. Without these guys busting their butts, we'd have no future to speak of.
Next up, Outfitters. All of our ground gear and Skell weaponry is developed in conjunction with private arms manufacturers, or AMs. Outfitters are Blade's way of supporting these AMs. They'll seek out anything that might inspire new weapon ideas, and even assist with testing new prototypes.
Finally, the Mediators. These are the folks who keep everything hunky-dory with John and Joan Q public. Any problems a civvy has, they come to Mediators. Fight with your neighbor? Mediators. Lost cat? Mediators. It's not a division for everyone. You need to be a jack of all trades, and a people person. Someone with my charming personality? Probably not the best mediator. But if you got what it takes, it's a clutch role, keeping things cool on the home front.
All right, so I think that's all 8 divisions. Any idea which one you'd like to join? Don't fret about it too much. Whichever you choose, you still have a lot of freedom in how you operate. Mediators can still get out there and mix it up, hunt indigens, whatever. And if a Harrier wants to take a break and settle an argument, that's their prerogative too. To be honest, even though it's sort of frowned upon, you can actually change your division whenever you like. So there's really no reason to stress about this. All right, you ready to choose?
Yeah, and? We're on pins and needles here.
Then it's settled?
All right. Thank God that's over. By the power invested in me, yada yada, you're officially a Blade.
Congrats, and welcome.
I know you're gonna do great.
Now for the job. Let's get down to brass tacks. Nelson's team has gone missing. Last contact we had, they were installing a data probe out in eastern Primordia. Then, nothing.
Nelson. Pathfinders, right?
Are we talking indigents here or what?
Your guess is as good as mine, but they did have a skell with them. You'd think they could hold their own, or at least run away.
All right, we're on it. We'll head to their last known location and go from there.
Report whatever you find ASAP.
Of course. Let's move out.
Roger that.
right. Hey.
messing around. Moving close.
Now it's my turn!
Assault hammer!
Fiery edge!
Flame grenade! That did the trick! Now close in and clean up! Flame edge!
Sliding slinger! So nice! Move in and do some damage!
Chrome armor!
Early bird!
What's happening? Flame edge!
Wild smash!
Shadow strike!
Wild down! I toppled him!
Upper
Close in.
hand!
Flame grenade!
Sliding slinger!
I've been waiting to lash out! You never stood a chance.
Nice work.
That's, I'm coming to you!
Engaging! Lay down some fire for me!
Flame edge!
I've got
Shadow fire! Nice! Move in
I've
and
been
do
waiting
some
to
damage!
lash out! Shoot now! Overwhelm them!
Green edge!
Flame edge!
Wild down! Yes! Hit him again for me!
Yo!
Flame edge! That did the trick! Now close in and clean up!
Now it's my turn!
Assault hammer! Flame grenade! Got it! Now take the shot and topple them! Flame edge!
Engaging! Lay down some fire
Move! Chrome armor!
Catch me up!
Edge! Recuperate! Now's a good time to use an
Overhand! Okay, this should tide me over. Shadow Strike! Now, melee attacks!
What's
Side slash!
Flame grenade!
Lightning Slinger!
Fire Carnival!
Catch me up!
You okay? I'll fix you up!
Thanks!
Slit! Edge! That did the trick! Now close in and clean up! Assault needs to be even stronger!
That's true on any planet. To be like this.
No need to get too close! Attack your brain!
Slinger! Now, melee attacks!
I've been waiting to lash out! Shoot now! Overwhelm them! Chrome armor! Slit edge!
Early flow!
Appreciate it. Sliding Slinger!
Slit edge!
In 'em. Move in and keep the rhythm going. Side slash!
Wow!
Shadow Strike! Upper hand!
Fire Carnival!
Slit edge!
Move in and do some damage.
Sorry, but it was you or us.
Hope I didn't get in the way.
What's
Didn't have
happening?
to be like this.
Slit edge! No messing around! Moving close!
Now it's my turn.
Fire Carnival!
Assault hammer! Flame grenade!
Yes! Hit him again!
Chrome armor!
I owe you one.
Slit edge! That did the trick!
Early
Clean up!
That put a dent in him. Move in and keep the rhythm going. Damn. I knew we would have heard from them by now.
It was definitely fighting something. But this damage, it's not the usual claw or bite marks.
No signs of the team. If they were eaten, we'd know it. So did they walk away, or were they taken? Right. Either way, they couldn't have gotten very far. Let's keep looking.
Hold up, Elma. Check this out. I'm picking up an Earth-based IFF signal coming from that direction. It's Pathfinder.
That thing over there, maybe?
It doesn't look natural, does it?
No, it doesn't. It looks like trouble.
And look at this. I'm picking up readings for other life forms, too. Multiple signals, moving around inside the structure. Elma, you don't think...
I think you're right. Look at their movements. They're controlled, orderly. They're definitely not wild animals. Now the question is, are they native to Mira? Or are they visitors like us? And if so, from where?
You think it's one of the forces that destroyed Earth?
Let's not jump to any conclusions. It's a big universe out there. Of course, we shouldn't rule it out either.
Should we call this into HQ?
Yes, but not from here. If we're picking up their signals, they might be close enough to intercept ours.
You there! Drop your weapons!
Stay calm. We don't want to provoke them.
Earth aliens! Surrender! Now!
They know about Earth? You may have been right after all, Lynn.
What are you doing?
It's okay, Lynn. Just stand down. I'm not sure why, but somehow they're able to communicate with us.
Meaning?
Meaning we need to know if diplomacy is a viable option.
Roger that.
We come in peace, and we're willing to negotiate. If you have any Earth alien prisoners, we'd ask the conditions for their release. If you don't, we'll leave you in peace.
No negotiation. No conditions. We have our orders. All Earth aliens must die.
To lash out!
Trash talk!
Shadow strike!
Slit edge!
Wild down! Topple them!
Flame grenade!
Wild smash!
Side edge! Side slash! Upper hand! Slide! Neutralized! Close range combat.
Do I look like I'm slowing down? That did the trick.
Early bird.
Now close in and clean up.
Shadow strike.
Edge.
Fire particle.
Side slash. Sliding splinter. That put a dent in him. Move in and keep the rhythm going.
I feel sharper than ever. That did the trick! Now close in and clean up!
Let's lay into it! Wild down!
Chrome armor!
Thanks a bunch!
Possible!
So much for the diplomatic approach. What's the deal with wanting us all dead, anyway?
Yeah, I wonder. They did mention they were following orders. Maybe someone higher up their chain of command would be willing to negotiate.
stronger!
Lynn, can you give us an approximate location for that IFF signal?
Let's see. Seems to be originating from that building over there.
Then we'd better get moving. There's no time to lose.
No messing around! Moving close!
Lay into it!
Slide! Nice! Move in and do some damage!
Shadow edge! That's the trick! Now close in and clean up!
That's it! Move in and keep the rhythm going!
Waiting to lash out! Who wants the next dart?
Shadow strike! Upper hand! Slide! Edge! Move in and keep the rhythm going! Nice! Move in and do some damage!
Sorry, it was you or us.
You're turning into a fine blade. I'm proud of you.
Weaken them just to be safe. Fire carnival!
This'll bring them to that proverbial knee.
Shadow strike!
Chrome armor!
Thanks a bunch.
Assault hammer! Flame grenade!
Now,
Got him! Lay down some cover fire!
Flame edge!
Side flash!
sliding splinter!
Flame edge!
Shadow strike!
Now's a good time to use an
Upper
aura!
hand!
Leave this to
Chrome
me!
armor!
Nice! Move in and do some damage!
I've been waiting to lash out! That big trick! Now close in and clean up!
Now, my turn!
Oh yeah! I'm really feeling it! Flame grenade!
Got him! Lay down some cover fire!
Let's do this!
They're off guard. Stagger them with a melee attack.
This'll stagger them!
Wild Jam!
Flame grenade!
Why? Lay down some cover fire!
Chrome armor!
Thanks!
Side slash.
Infuriate! Slit edge! That did the trick!
Shadow runner.
Now close in and clean up!
That put a dent in them. Move in and
sharper
keep the
than
rhythm
ever.
going. Slide knife. Move in and do some damage. Shadow strike.
Die!
Wild Smash!
Never stood a chance.
Hope I didn't get in the way.
What's happening?
They've seen us.
Slit edge! No messing around! Moving close!
Shadow strike.
Flame grenade!
Close in!
Now it's my turn.
Fire Carnival!
I've been waiting to lash out!
Side slash.
That did the trick! Now close in and clean up!
That put a dent in them. Move in and keep the rhythm going.
Watch me lay
Slide knife. Move in and do some damage.
I've been waiting to lash out! I'm being pushed back!
Shadow
Slit
strike.
edge! That did the trick! Now
Upper
close in
hand.
and clean up!
Trash tough!
Strength comes from experience. That's true on any point.
Hey, lay off!
I've been waiting to lash out! Assault hammer! Chrome armor! Infuriate!
I can't seem to get fired up.
Recuperate! Slit edge! Chrome
Shadow
armor!
Thanks a bunch.
Nice.
Wild
Flame
Jam!
grenade!
Slide. Cleaner.
I've been waiting to lash out! That did the trick!
Scream
Now close in
edge.
and clean up!
Leave this to me.
Primer.
Slit edge! That did the trick! Now close in and clean up!
Side
Yeah,
slash.
I'm really feeling it!
Slide.
I'm being pushed
Move
back!
in and do some damage.
Slit edge! Assault hammer! Shoot now!
Upper hand.
Overwhelm them!
Payload!
You never stood a chance.
Hope I didn't get in the way.
Slit edge! That did the trick!
Fire
Now
Carnival!
close in
My
and clean
turn.
up! Assault hammer!
Wild Jam!
Flame
Scream
grenade!
edge.
Close in!
Chrome armor!
Thanks a bunch.
Slide. Cleaner. Use an aura.
Slit edge!
Control of the battle.
Slit edge!
Can't seem to get fired up.
Recuperate! Infuriate!
Shadow strike. Nice. Move in and do some damage. Upper hand.
Trash tough.
Slit edge!
Slide.
Assault hammer!
Almost there, but not out. Wild Smash! Hit hard.
Slit edge!
Side slash.
Wild Jam!
Shadow strike.
Thermal payload! Lay down
That
some
was a
cover
close one.
fire. Neutralized. Nice work.
close!
Watch me lay in!
Shadow Strike! Assault Hammer! Flame Grenade! That did the trick! Now close in and clean up! Infuriate!
Side slash!
They fell back! Now strike them again!
Earth bird! Slide!
What?
Slit Edge!
That's the tempo. Move in and keep the rhythm going.
Sorry, it was you or us.
Hope I didn't get in the way.
What's happening?
They've seen us.
Everyone with me! Melee!
Now it's my turn.
Slit Edge! Chrome Armor!
Side slash!
Slit Edge!
Slide!
Infuriate!
Fire Carnival!
Recuperate! Slit Edge!
Fire up.
Slit Edge! Assault Hammer!
Almost
Flame Grenade!
Sliding slinger!
Right, let's send them running!
take it through.
Shadow strike! You're tough. Catch me up!
Slit Edge!
This is wearing you down. Nice! Move in and do some damage!
I'm being pushed back! They're not finished yet!
Prepare to hurt!
Not even a distant land, we're stuck on a whole different
They're not finished yet!
Guns and cannons, standing as long as we can until we get all dolls up. Heads off, dealing with lives messed up.
This is bad! I need healing!
All the seeing dark matter, every minute matters. In the wild, when the lives shatter, see it go scatter. Get more out, we can't handle them. It's a thought taking over the cave, unexpected, hard to accept it. Getting marked with death, seeing friends snatched and gone. Possessed with the thought inside, still in the body and wrapped. So only a shell is left. With Mr.
Shadow strike! Nice! Assault damage!
Flame grenade!
Side flash!
Chrome armor!
Appreciated.
Slit edge! Infuriate! Slit edge!
Pendants destroyed. Move in and strike! Slide! Flicker! That put a dent in him. Move in and keep the
I'm
room
really
going!
feeling it!
Shadow runner!
Slit!
Now close down! My turn! Upper hand!
Assault hammer! Shoot now! Overwhelm them!
Sight! Nice! Move in and do some damage!
Chrome armor! I've been waiting to lash out!
Fire Carnival!
Slit edge! Slit edge! I'm being pushed back! Recuperate! They felt that! Now strike them again!
Side flash!
I'm being pushed back!
Infuriate!
Flicker! Blast! Ending death!
Slit edge!
Shadow strike! Primer!
Trash talk!
So long! Who wants the next dance?
Side flash!
Waiting to lash out! Oh yeah! I'm really...
Slide! Flicker!
Fire Carnival! Yes! Hit him again for me!
I feel sharper than ever!
Upper hand!
Chrome armor!
Thanks a bunch!
Slit
Shadow
edge!
strike!
That did the trick! Now close in and
Now,
clean up!
my turn!
Thermal payload!
Even stronger!
Cover fire! Oh, they've seen us! We should weaken them just to be safe! Fire Carnival!
Shadow strike!
Assault hammer!
Side flash!
Shoot now! Overwhelm them!
Wow, got him! Lay down some cover fire!
Slit edge! Slit edge! That did the trick! Now close in and clean up! Chrome armor!
Thanks!
They never stood a chance.
Nice work!
Looks like we don't have a choice. Slit edge! No messing around! Moving
Shadow
on!
strike! Side
Chrome
flash!
armor!
Thanks!
Scream
Flame
edge!
grenade! They felt that!
Iron
Now strike them again!
Fire Carnival!
Slit edge! I've been waiting to lash out!
Now, melee attacks!
Blast! Ending down! We can let it!
Slit edge!
Side flash! Shadow strike!
I'm being pushed back! Got it! Now take the shot and topple them!
Primer!
Slit edge!
Nice. Move in and do some damage.
Flame grenade! Flame armor! This'll bring them to their proverbial knees.
Fire carnival!
Good job.
My cookie got better.
I'm coming to you!
Let's see what you've got.
They felt that! Now strike them again! Assault that did the trick! Now close out clear! Slit edge! Flame grenade!
Side flash.
Chrome armor!
That dented him.
Move
Move in
than
and keep
ever.
the rhythm going.
Got it! Now take the shot and topple them! That
Move in and keep the rhythm going.
I feel sharper than ever! That is
Side flash.
now close in and clean
Now,
out!
my turn. Now, melee attacks.
I've been waiting to lash out! So long! Who wants the next dance?
Upper hand. Now, my turn.
Slit edge! That did the trick! Now close in and clean up! Chrome armor!
Thanks a bunch.
Infuriate!
Fire carnival! Yes! Hit him again for me!
I feel sharper than ever!
That could have dented him. Move in and
feel
keep the
sharper
rhythm
than ever.
going. Shadow strike.
Wild dash!
Upper hand.
Thermal payload! Got
Sorry,
it!
but it was you
Lay
or
down
us.
some cover. Let's keep it up.
They're all dead. You killed them all. In cold blood.
Fortune did not smile upon them today.
Nelson.
You filthy Earth aliens do not belong on this planet.
You seem more fluent than the others. Are you in charge?
I am called Glennar. I command this squad, Earth alien. Now it is time for you to surrender.
Hello, Glennar. I am called Elma, and I command this squad. If this planet is your home, we apologize for intruding. We crash-landed here after our ship was damaged in an attack by unknown adversaries. We were hoping we could negotiate a peaceful settlement in exchange for our friends, but
Peaceful settlement. Your words are wasted on us. All we can promise Earth aliens is a swift death.
Elma.
right, we tried. Looks like survival of the fittest it is. Fine then. Seeing as you know we come from Earth, I'm guessing there's a good chance we might have a score to settle with you anyway. Didn't have to be like this.
horror! Slit edge!
Stop!
I'm in trouble. Heal me!
Trash talk!
Shadow strike!
Assault hammer!
Stay in this!
Flame grenade! I've been waiting to lash out!
Got him! Lay down some cover fire!
Infuriate!
This force!
Fire
Wearing me down. I'm not gonna make
Chrome armor! Recuperate! Slit edge!
Just one more hit.
I'm almost down.
I'm
Not
being pushed
out.
back! I know I'm ready to shine! Oh yeah! I'm really feeling it! Slit edge! Infuriate! Slit edge!
Yes! Hit him again for me!
I feel sharper than ever! Slit edge!
Come on. Hit harder.
Chrome armor!
Thanks a bunch.
Infuriate!
Wow! Fire carnival!
So long! Who wants the next dance? Recuperate!
I don't get it. Why would they be so bent on killing all humans?
Who can say? Whatever the reason, this is dire news. We should let the others know ASAP. Let's call it in and head back to HQ for a full debrief.
Roger that. And here I just started to hope we'd finally escaped all this.
Escape! Yes, escape! Tatsu also want escape! Friends? Friends that leave Tatsu trapped!
More Xenos? What should we do?
Stay back, Lynn. What do you think, Rook?
Finally! Dance of freedom! Tatsu thanks you!
Interesting. One of the vegetables is sentient.
Talking potato? Huh. I wonder if it tastes different too. I know what we're having for dinner tonight. You don't know it yet, new guy, but I'm a pretty mean cook.
You are mean! Mean and cruel! Tatsu definitely not potato! Tatsu explained this to dumb and smelly Prone when they take Tatsu, but Prone not listen! Prone never listen! On Nopon Rue Day, Prone first set sticky feet on Mira. Especially Tatsu. Tatsu witnessed Prone abuse firsthand. At this rate, entire Nopon race in danger! Yes, Nopon are endangered species. So really, friends have social responsibility to protect Tatsu from danger.
Uh-huh. What do you think, Elma? Bake or fry?
Wait a minute. The beings who captured you, big brutes in armor, little pointy ears?
Yes, Prone!
And they're a more recent arrival here, is that right? They're not native to this planet?
Not native, recent! If friends want more details, friends must promise to protect Tatsu. Only then will Tatsu talk.
Right. Elma, you hold him. I'll peel.
Tatsu will talk! Tatsu will talk! Friends not get Nopon's sense of humor is all!
So if I understand correctly, this is your homeworld. The Nopon people are native to Mira. And then just recently, the Prone show up and quickly hunt you to the edge of extinction. Is that right?
Not just Prone. Prone and their nasty, evil buddies. Lots and lots of them.
Their buddies? You mean other alien races?
Other hungry alien races. They all gang up on Nopon. They do horrible, terrible things to Nopon. Someday, Tatsu will turn tables and eat them for a change. Then you'll help Tatsu? Protect Tatsu? Oh, happy day! It's settled then. In return, Tatsu will accompany friends back to their village.
What do you think? Take him with us?
He seems harmless enough. And he'd be a good source of information on Mira and the Prone. All right. We can debrief him when we report to Commander Vandal. As long as he passes the quarantine scan, we can bring him back to New LA.
Right. Let's get that out of the way. All clear.
Then Tatsu can join friends? Dance of joy! New friends are friendliest friends ever! I know! Tatsu has special thank you gifts for friends for saving Tatsu's life. Tatsu will lend it to friends for free.
Lend? It's not a gift if you don't give it.
Give it away? For always? For free? This would be insulting to friends and to Tatsu. No Nopon merchant worth his salt and pepper could do such a thing. Tatsu is grateful, but Tatsu's not insane.
What? It's insane to think if someone saves your life, you might actually show them some real... And he's not even listening.
Friend, do you ever get lost? Tired of bulky maps and flawed memory? There is a better way. Friends, this is your lucky day. Presenting Follow Ball! Follow Ball is #1 ultimate best super secret must-have Nopon item. If friends get lost out in wild, friends just follow Ball of Light to safety. And now it's yours, for free, to borrow! For now, anyway.
Really? Follow Ball? That's the best name you could come up with for your super special thing?
Meh? What would friend prefer? Fancy name no one understands so friend can feel smart? Now, time for Nopon Dance of Generosity.
I don't know. Is that thing really gonna be all that useful? What if it's a trap or boom, it just blows up in our faces?
Ah yes, that reminds Tatsu. If Follow Ball get damaged, Tatsu need to charge friends full price, plus restock fee.
So much for Dance of Generosity.
Damn. Losing Nelson's team is a real blow. But the fact we're not the only visitors on this rock is even worse.
They made it clear they want all humans dead. For all we know, they may be related to the forces that destroyed Earth and followed us here.
Wonderful. I'll report this to Secretary Nagi. See if we can't bolster our defenses. Just one last thing. What the bloody hell is this dancing turnip doing here?
He's actually a potato.
Tatsu, not turnip or potato. For last time, Tatsu is not food. Now, on behalf of Planet Mira, Tatsu welcome all Earth people and offer a friendly treaty of friendship.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, we were thinking he could be a good source of general intel about the planet. Exactly how useful that'll be remains to be seen.
Oh, don't you worry about a thing. Friend's totally safe now that Tatsu is in town. Tatsu watch over and protect friends, especially weak, pathetic Lindley with her thin, bony wings.
You mean my arms? Look who's talking. And who said anything about you coming with us? You can stay here, you greedy, annoying little cabbage. I'm sure there's a salad here that could use you.
Meh? Tatsu stay here? Friends would leave Tatsu behind?
It's for the best. You said yourself your people are endangered, and the Xenos that captured you might still be out there. You'll be safest here in the city.
Agreed.
Tatsu not agreed. Friends will want Tatsu along. Friends need Tatsu along.
How so?
What? Well, that, of course. This planet have many helpful Nopon that Tatsu can talk to. Other Nopon can share information for friends.
That might be useful.
That right. Most Nopon not like Tatsu. Nopon can be shy. Nopon can be difficult. Most Nopon never trust friends or even talk to friends. But Tatsu? Nopon love Tatsu. Tatsu use smooth talk and winning personality to get friends good info.
The tater tot has a point.
Uh-huh. More like an ulterior motive, if you ask me.
Tatsu perish the thought. Tatsu intentions are pure, Lindley. Pure as snow. Lindley intimidated by Tatsu's strength and smarts, but do not worry, Tatsu is true friend.
Strength and smarts, huh? That's really not what I'm worried about here.
All right, then it's settled. Small Fry here will accompany you three out in the field. After all, we can use all the info we can get.
Seriously? We have to babysit this thing?
You're the ones who picked him up. Besides, would you really want to leave him with another team?
Maybe not. Unless we were invited to the meal, I mean.
See? Already getting along like peas and carrots. He can be your charge, Lynn.
Oh, come on, Commander! That's not funny! I've got my hands full out there! This is so unfair. Back me up here, would you, Elma?
I'm sure Elma has no objections.
Right. As you say, Commander.
Done and done. Welcome to Blade, Tater. We'll be counting on you.
Yes, sir! And it's Tatsu. Oh, one thing Tatsu forgot to mention. Nopon are pacifists, so friends need to defend Tatsu, keep extra super safe in any battle. Tatsu, VIP diplomat, after all.
And why am I not surprised? So much for him watching over and protecting us.
So, Rook, feel like you're starting to get the hang of things?
Of course you are. You've taken to it like a fish to water, just like Elma and the Commander said you would.
Just the same, let's review the key points, and I can fill in some extra details. Blade's top priority right now is to secure missing pieces of the Lifehold. You remember that much. Countless people are frozen in the Lifehold. It's the key to restoring humanity. Up until we ran into the Prone, our biggest concern was that wild indigents would stumble on the Lifehold and damage it somehow. But now there's a more pressing threat, intelligent alien races who are intentionally trying to destroy us. So, our search has new urgency. We need to find and retrieve all of the Lifehold ASAP.
And the best way to do that is by expanding the reach of Frontier Nav. The more probes we can install, the wider we can scan, and the faster we can find bits of the Lifehold.
So our primary focus going forward should be to travel around Mira installing data probes. As many as we can, as fast as we can. I can't stress enough how important this is. You still with me? Good. Then let's move on to the other pressing threat that Blade has to deal with. Hostile indigens. There's no real delicate way to put this. Any wildlife that poses a clear threat must be eliminated. The Lifehold is our future, but we can't ignore the present. We still have our duty to keep New LA safe. And sometimes that duty requires enacting coordinated strikes to solve problems before they can do real harm.
We're the newcomers here, it's true. And they're usually just out to defend their territory. But sometimes it really is them or us. And we have to make sure it's us. Don't get me wrong. It's not like we run out there and light up anything that moves. Only Blade HQ can choose targets, and they tend to keep them strictly to creatures that pose a significant threat to our survival.
In order to contribute to this cause, operatives are asked to form into squads to take on special missions. These squad missions, as we call them, don't get posted to mission control like your other, more typical assignments. Rather, HQ transmits the details directly to all of us at the same time. Basically, they want as many people to know about them ASAP, so they can be taken care of ASAP.
I'm sure you can imagine, but these missions aren't your run-of-the-mill little fetch quests. It's not the kind of stuff just one or two Blades could handle on their own. That's why squads can have as many as 32 members.
And it's why we ask members to sign up to a squad beforehand. We can't have Blades playing musical chairs whenever this kind of emergency hits us. But just remember, squad missions are not mandatory. You don't have to drop everything you're doing just to take one on. HQ has no way of knowing what every Blade is up to when these missions arise. If you're busy with something else, they'll understand. They need to trust our collective judgment with these things, and, well, so far so good.
And I think that about covers the basics, right?
Search for the missing pieces of the Lifehold, install data probes to expand Frontier Nav, and take on squad missions when you can to keep us safe. Got all that? Good. We're counting on you.
And briefing adjourned. Thank God.
All right, well, it's getting pretty late, isn't it?
Yeah, let's call it a night.
Oh, Tatsu's so excited to sleep in real bed. Lily can show Tatsu to his room now.
Oh, your room is right over there.
Oh, it looked perfect size for Tatsu. Wait, what? Tatsu know what that is. That refrigerator. We'll go in there to cool off.
I guess you are smarter than you look.
Well, Tatsu not want to brag, but... wait a minute! Tatsu see what Lily did there?